Hi everybody, this is Marlon here, as you can see right now on the screens directly in front of you. You're probably asking yourself the very perhaps smart question is, why am I looking at you right now, Marlons? And I thought that some time ago that you had promised us that you would be taking your fat face and a rather expansive bottom region and going into a retirement place far, far away from where we cannot see you. And, well, this is basically true in spirit. I would like to come back to you, if that is acquiescence, to your persons from a time and occasion, and to brighten up your life, and to share with you what I would like to share with you. And this, especially this time of the year, when it's one of my favorite times of the year. Of course, every time of the year is my favorite, but this one even more so, perhaps, than the others. And I, sometimes my nipples get a little itchy. Do you find that? No, maybe perhaps the fabric is a little coarse. Maybe I need to put a little lotion on there. But that's not what I'm here to speak to you about, although I would, if you would like. I will be taking questions later. And this time of the year, as you may remember, if you can stretch your minds back that long time ago, when Marlon used to do something else with his life, and that was to make the pictures with down the movies in the Hollywood place. Perhaps you're familiar. I don't do that so much anymore, but because I've found my true calling, which is, of course, to create delicious goodness for you and to share that with you. But, kiddies, Bailey, you're drinking again? Bailey just got out of rehab, and I don't want to talk about it. In any event, this time of the year, though, is when the peoples that do that thing with the cameras and such not, they were honored and by their peers and by people that aren't very too smart. But they awards are given, and rightfully so, and sometimes not so much, of course. But as you may remember, I don't even. I think I got an award, but I was passed out. I don't remember what happened. There was some voodoo, an Indian woman, and she said, "No, don't go," and I don't, anyway, someone told me, oh, what was going on, and I don't even know. But today I would like to create something, a little food. It'll be very, very quick, though, but so, as you can see, I only have very few ingredients. And in between, when we'll be doing the cooking, I also like to give you a little sampling of what is to come. These are Marlon's awards for the best performances of this year. Woo! And if it gets a little toasty, which it can be with the bright lights and all, it also makes a very nice fan. But let's talk about what we are going to be cooking today, and that is, of course, we'll be recreating that very special Golden Man award, which is, they call it Oscar, and we'll be making our own Oscar today, but an Oscar that is in fact far more valuable than that one they'll be handing out, because this is the Oscar that you can in fact eat, which, as we know, is the most important thing in the world, is eating. And no, it's just eating. So today we're going to create an Oscar, and we'll be using as our ingredients, see if we can see this. These are our ingredients. First, look at that. I can almost put hide and seek behind it. We'll have this. This is the Nestle chocolate chip Toll House cookie dough. And then, of course, we have my best friend. Okay, Cool Whip. And that's really about it. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Marlon, how can you make a award that you can eat out of these two ingredients? Let's find out. Let's find out right now. First thing we need to do is we need to simply take our cookie dough Oh, look at that. You see it bursted right out of there. It was so excited about being part of the day. It wanted to come out and to show itself and play. Reminds me of a movie I saw about a little snake. You probably saw it too. So we'll just put that on our plate. I don't need that. I've got a picture here of an Oscar. Maybe you could see that. This one's wearing pants. I don't know if the real one does wear pants, but that will be my guide line to use. So we take our... I was thinking at first that it could be like the Oscar, we would stand up, but then you have this sort of thing. And that to me is starting to not really look like the Oscar, but I almost want to eat it right now. But I won't, because what we need to do actually, we need to lay it down, and we will shape it into our beautiful Oscar figurine. Now Oscar has like a base, yes, like that, like so. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a base there, certainly. And then it's got legs. Then it has arms. How about up here? Then a head. I think we'll just take off that and make a head. Excuse me. That's delicious Kool-Aid. And I would have mentioned, except for the costs of doing the Cooking with Marlon are running very high, and we had to bring on some sponsors. Cool Whip is, Kool-Aid and Cool Whip sound similar, and I like them both. In regards also to keeping the costs low and supporting the program, I would perhaps entice you to, if you like what you're hearing, and I would imagine you could not, possibly not, enjoy it, that you may want to purchase the Cooking with Marlon CD, which has many fine selections, which I listen to as I am preparing, and also when I'm just sitting around and applying lotion to my feet. It kind of works both ways. Of course, many fine selections from LL Cool J on there, and he really puts me in a good mood. Now Oscar has arms. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that, because his arms, here we will use this. He kind of looks like he's got something going on, like he's keeping his hand, like he's holding on to a flag almost. Like that. Kind of like that. Like he's holding a flag of some sort, or sometimes I just like to have a piece of Cool J candy. Do you? I thought so. Now we need Oscar's head, which is actually kind of small, unlike my own. There's a little head there. We'll give Oscar a little, look at that. It's haunting to me. Let's take a break right now and let's go for one of the awards. This is Marlon's prediction. Let's look at Best Actor. Who will win Best Actor this year? I took the time to see every movie. This is exciting, isn't it? Best Actor for 1999 is, in fact, like it's a big surprise, Harrison Ford, Random Hearts. Yes, if you were like me, you probably thought, I thought Harrison Ford would have peaked with 6 Days and 7 Nights. But no, he rose back to the occasion this past year and came out with a very exciting movie. What I liked about his performance, that really was feeling his feelings of that person that he played. And he was a man who was confused, who his wife passed away, and then I think he was a policeman, and then but he thought his wife was having an affair, and so he started messing around with Kristen Scott Thomas, I think that's her name, and she was a senator or something. The plot really is inconsequential, because what's important is the drama that he created, which, people think, oh, he's just like funny man, or he's just action man, but he really can capture the drama. Like, remember in Raiders when he was like, oh my God, snakes, anything but snakes, I hate snakes. And you really felt that he was afraid of snakes. And I don't think he is, but his character was. And he captured that and he showed it to us. And that's what I enjoyed. And let's keep going with Oscar. I don't know if you can see him right now. Look what he's looking like. He's looking like Oscar. You can see it's almost a replica. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a Cool Whip. We're going to give Oscar his shimmering suit, his shiny suit. Now Oscar normally wears a gold suit, but for the life of me I could not figure out how to make the Cool Whip gold. I did some experimentation with various things, and it was coming out yellow, of course, and orange, but this is going to be a white Oscar, which is very classy, I think. It's very classic. It's like wearing a tuxedo. It's a very classic look white, and I think if they were to redesign Oscar, not that they should necessarily, but perhaps into in the future, when that little freak Billy Crystal is long dead, then perhaps Oscar, in fact, will be a white color. If they were to consult me, as they should on everything, then they would find that white is very pleasing to the eye, and in fact it does shimmer. It shimmers under the light. Let's do another award. Let's go right now to the Best Actress of the Year. I'm sure you have your hunches. Let's see if they're correct right now. Best Actress. Okay, there we go. Come on here, you little vixen. Oh yes. Sarah Michelle Gellar for Cruel Intentions. Very satisfying movie because she was acting, because you know she's a fine actress when you watch the Buffy program and you know what she can do there with the kicking and the smart aleckness. She really has got that down. But when in this movie, she was really not, she was an unsavory person. And I thought she really captured that very well. She was very, not a nice person that you would want to be with, but you could appreciate the craft. And that's what we're honoring here today. That's delicious. Now we are gonna, also the Cool Whip, as its name indicates, will in fact keep our Oscar nice and cool during the proceedings. You're probably wondering yourself, Marlon, are you going to be cooking our Oscar? Is it making a giant Oscar cookie? Well, that is an idea, but it did cross my mind. I will admit that to you, but the truth be told that I believe the Cool Whip will make the cooking a bit strange, and it could be strange and rather beautiful and rather sexual. But that's not what we're going for. I think we wanted to keep it cool and classy and classical, our Oscar. So we are just dressing him here. Yum. We're going to keep him like this, and you say, how will that be eaten? Well, I'll tell you, you'll just have a spoon and you will just scoop out and you'll have some Oscar. And what if we were to sort of give him a little, not to tarnish his beautiful image that we have here now, but I want to do a little something. We can give Oscar a hat. Look at that. It's nice. And we can give him, I'm seeing it, something. Hold on. Bear with me if you would, if you could be so kind to do so. What I'm seeing on my Oscar, and here again, when we are in the kitchen, we have freedom to explore and to create our own realities, which is the beautiful part about cooking. Don't go by the book, my friends, and don't go by my book. Write your own book. I'm giving Oscar a little, He's wearing a jacket or some sort of maybe a sweater that has buttons. Maybe you can see that. These are buttons. Buttons. I don't think that one goes though. That's too high. As you could see, he's got buttons now. It's a beautiful thing. Now let's go for another award because I want to keep this quick. I know you just want to get on to the program. Let's quickly go through this. This is for best scary performances. As you know, I do enjoy to see the scary movies. I like to be scared and spooked. It's very enjoyable, titillating to me. And let's just run through the nominees for this year's most scariest performance. Of course, John Travolta, General's Daughter. Woo! Cher, A Tea with Mussolini. Was she wearing a mask in that? Because her, woo, it just yikes. You know what I'm saying? She had something going on there which haunts me to this day. Then, of course, there was that midget from The Sixth Sense. Very difficult to do, to appear to act like a child when in fact you're a full aged man. But that midget, I thought, captured very well, had the childlike qualities. And I like to see midgets working just in general outside of the circus. It's nice to see. But then there was that Slinky toy in Toy Story 2. Many times I've recently woken up from a crazy nightmare, sweating, beating down my face, when I imagine that Slinky toy is wrapping in the necklace, just talking like, Thank you. I got caught up in the moment. I thought I would give my own performance, recreation of what in fact it's like for me when I have the slinky toy. But in fact, let's see who will get the award for scary performance. Perhaps Marlon will get it for his impression of the Slinky toy in Toy Story 2. Oh, and here's a surprise. The award, in fact, goes to that guy that played the mummy in The Mummy. That was a scary mummy. I've not seen a mummy that really was scary as a mummy can be in a long time. Because mummies are frightening, and so are daddies. But mostly mummies are. And what the hell, let's just go right on the best picture. Let's plow right through it, because I know you're just, I don't like to keep you waiting and guessing, and let's just go here. Oh yeah, I know, it's pretty, the moment that the movie came out, we all knew that this was going to be it, and they didn't even really have to sell it, there was no fanfare or anything of that nature. It was just there, we all experienced it, and even from the commercial, when I saw the commercial for this picture, I said, ding-a-ling, who's that at the door? That's Oscar calling you, and you are to let him in, and he will then be yours. And of course, forces of nature. Beautiful. At first I was thinking Holy Man, but then I realized that came out not the last year, but the year before, I think, with Eddie Murphy. That was perhaps the greatest movie of the century. But this past year we were talking about this with Ben Affleck and Sandra Bullock, who just had a chemistry together. They came together, and I firmly, from the first second, I really believed that they were having a thing, and they were flying, and there was weather or something. I don't really recall too much of the details of the picture, but I know that I was completely overcome with joy and with good feeling. And to me, when I get that feeling, like I will in a moment when I eat this, is that needs to be rewarded, and that's what this time of year is all about. So kudos to you people whose names I do not recall, who made this picture which lighted up all of our lives and gave us special good feelings which we will take. And when the video comes out, we will also enjoy it again and again and again every night. We'll watch that. And that's what a best picture should be about. It should be about making us feel something very real and close to our own lives. You know, we can get gooey with Ben Affleck or Sandy Bullock, but we can for a moment give away to our fantasies and to be transported to another place. In fact, when we could be right next to Ben and being close to him and his special voodoo feeling, and that's what this picture did for us and for me and for everybody. And so this is Marlon, keeping it quiet here and letting you move on. Don't forget how easy it is to make a delicious Oscar. And we'll just get a look at our Oscar here today. We'll see how magical he is. Not sure if he's going to fall off our podium. But you're probably saying to yourself, Marlon, that looks exactly, it's frightening how exactly that looks like the actual award. Look at that. Right down to the details. And you can see as it is in the light how it shimmers and creates a dazzling effect, almost like a very precious gemstone. You can see his little hat up there. He's almost like a snow kind of snowman, Oscar snowman. You can see how he is loving you. It's very loving. Okay. Okay, it's Marlon saying hello and good night, all of you people out there. Enjoy the festivities and root. I still am in retirement, so don't get all crazy and pissy on me, people. But every once in a while I'll pop back and I'll line up your little lives as only Marlon can with my big belly and good feeling. Okay.